the proper way of rigging, as you know, is just start building up your joints, and then your the connection between joints and the muscle system, the virtual muscle system, not the actual one, and then add controllers. So let's do that for. I'm gonna hide these 3 characters. Let's say you got just an arm. I'm gonna create a cylinder. This is the arm that you want to rig. So you have to start building up, adding your joints. Oh, sorry. Okay. So like you say, in the shading you say X-ray joints. It means that the joints will be visible even they might be inside your object. And so let's say this hand is supposed to be bended from left side, so that's why I just made it like that. Then I add the HIK handle. So you remember that from last year we have 2 way of moving joints, HIK and FK, and they stand for inverse kinematics. FK stands for forward kinematics. So what does it mean? So forward kinematics is like, so let me just skin this. So if I select the joints and then shift select the mesh, and in the rigging menu, or you can click here, that one, bind the skin. A skin, bind the skin. Okay. So if I start animate my character from the beginning, from the root of the joints, so that is called forward kinematics. So it means that, and we need it in lots of movements. I will explain you how. And if I move the chain of joints from the end, not from the beginning. So you saw that. So imagine that this is a hand that is doing like this. So I'm moving it from the root, from the beginning of the joint chain. But if I add this handle, like HIK handle, I start moving it from the end of the joint chain. So that's why it's called inverse. It means like, so we start moving it from the end of the joint chain. It's a reverse way of moving. So both of them are really important. So let's say you want a character to do this, like hands. It's really easy if I would be able to rotate the shoulder joint. So grab the shoulder joint, rotate it. So forward kinematics, FK, works a lot better here. But if I want a character to do boxing, so I like to grab end of because the end of the joint chain is important. I like to grab that, and I want to move it and land it on the face of the opponent character. So the end of the chain is really important for me. So yeah, that's HIK and FK. And then once you set that up, you start to add like curves. So let's say I add a curve at the end of this joint here. You have to make sure your curves are frozen. By frozen, I mean that you see that when you add a lot of movement and scaling, the channel box attribute editor updates. So let's call that controller. Is it 2L or 1? I don't know. And then you have to just go modify and freeze transformation, so it becomes all 0. Why? That's why when you grab every piece of your every controller of your character and you put 0, they all go back to their bind pose, to the default position. That's because they've been frozen to look like 0 at that position. So, yeah. What did I do? So I go and modify freeze transformation. It's 0 now. And now I go and into the constraint. In parent constraint, so I say that I select the controller and shift select the IK handle, and I say parent constraint. So it means that this is gonna move that around. This is gonna be the parent of that joint, that IK handle. So from now on, instead of grabbing the IK handle, I grab these. I have added one layer of controlling on top of the IK handle. So you will realize that very soon that a professional rigger adds like 3-4 layers of controlling onto one single joint. That's why you would be able to do complex motions. Otherwise, your rig would look like terrible. And preparing a really good rig for the animator is the main key of having nice and good gestures in the animation. So the rigging person is actually an animator, a technical animator as well. There is in every project there is a communication between animators and rigging artists. So they just keep asking, what do you want? And when the animator is animating, they go back to the rigging artist. They say, okay, there's a problem with the elbow. I want the elbow to look more bendy. I don't know. I want the head to be more stretchy. I need it for this pose and that. And the rigger updates the rig. And because everything works in a referencing system, so the rig automatically gets updated in the production. So, yeah. And then you have to, so this is a long process. So imagine that you want to do that for a, let me just add, I have my, so let me just make a shelf here. New shelf, I call it Hussein. So I put my commonly used tools here. So you just have to hold down Control Shift and edit. So Control Shift and click on every menu. Just adds it here. So So one of the first things I add is outliner and graph editor and dope sheet. I use them quite often. And then freeze transform and center pivot. I use them quite often too. Okay. So so I have to put them all in a group, name them properly and stuff like that. So you don't have time to, the old way of rigging, you have to spend like, let me just name them, man, woman, and child, and I've sent them all in 0 position. I hide man and woman for now, so let's rig the child first. Okay, so if you have, so a traditional way of, the manual way of rigging takes like a week or 2 for a proper rigging of a character. But let's say you just have few hours. So what do? So many of the process, lots of steps of this process are automated. They get repeated again and again and again. So that's why some nice people, they just developed an automatic rig system. First of all, let's start with automatic system within the Maya, the worst one. So I'm going to cover 3 automatic systems. This one, which is called character human IK. This is the way the Autodesk people call it. Human IK. And the other 2 are advanced skeleton from a nice Australian guy, and the other one, which is the best in my opinion, is mGear. Yes, that one. The guy who makes it is called Miguel Campos. I believe he might be Spanish or something. Yeah, mGear rigging framework. Yeah, so that's the one that especially the latest version 2.24, is a really good one, especially for the animators. Okay, so let's start. I am going to properly name my characters. They are properly named. Character, there is no character, so why it says generate character, generate rig. I deleted everything, so I just want to export them in a new scene. Export selection, just to have a clean scene from the beginning. I work on desktop. Rigging. Let's export as MA characters, new scene. Maya just died. Okay, I imported them into a new clean scene, so we don't have extra nodes down here. So if you just look at the 10 of tag nodes, it's just like default simple points, simple nodes. So no extra node. So yeah, that's what I wanted to see a none. So we want to create a character. So a quick rig. So you can create a skeleton and controller, but there is a quick rig tool. It just tries to automatically recognize all pieces and create the skeleton and then do the skinning and make the character ready for you to animate. So first of all, bear in mind that all of things that I'm talking about today it's all about body rigging. So facial rigging has another completely different story. But for the body rigging, so let's click on quick rig tool. So it says one click quick rig. So let's do that if the one click works for us or not. Auto rig. So we have to wait. Calculates the mesh by geovoxeling it. Yeah, that's not bad. Quickly creating a human IK type of rig. By human IK, what do we mean by human IK? It means that the whole body is like very dynamically attached. So if I select like the hand, so it gives you a GUI or graphical something interface. So it means that you can attach, you can, if you don't see your character, so it's just down there, so you can click on use this interface to select different pieces. So if I select that hand and move it down, it should follow me. Why it doesn't? Anyway, yeah. IK blend FIK. So you see that it's mostly IK. It's a combination of IK and FK. So you have this button here. You can switch between. So it's all about stiffness and pull and these different attributes. This is like a simple rig that can be used for like very quick jobs. There's a terrible skinning you see here, so this is definitely not what I want. So that's why it's better to do it step by step instead of clicking on the on that menu one click. So let's say you go none and you want to start a new character. If you want to do so, it's step by step. You can clean up your geometry. So this is the geometry added to here, and then do other stuff step by step, create guides, and then so this is the steps that we do for the other ones. Let's go back to the quick character rig that we were okay. So I'm gonna delete the second one, but that's fine. It has like the main controller on the body. It's not bad, but not good at all. To be honest, I hate this rigging system, but many students end up using it. Why? Because it's a very adaptable rigging structure to mocap. So if you have a mocap character and you want to retarget your motion capture data to your character movement, the quickest way of applying your mocap, retargeting your mocap to the character is this Maya built-in quick rig. Okay, I'm gonna group them all and hide them. Let's do the advanced skeleton one. So let's install advanced skeleton. Let's say here advanced skeleton is installed, but I'm going to install it anyway. So you see that the menus that I have added, because Maya crashed, they're just gone. So when you add, so they should not go. They should not disappear every time that you open Maya. So that's why I have already added this sentence. Yeah, that's why you just need to go there, file, and save preferences. Hopefully, this will not disappear anymore. Let's go to the advanced skeleton website. Where are you? Advanced. Okay. And download it. So this is the latest version. There's a ton of like beautiful features in this rig. Okay, we have to wait a bit. Okay, while it's downloading, let's sort this out as well. So if you want to download this one, so just Google Maya mGear, and this is the first thing that you see. Make sure that you download the latest mGear. It's been improved dramatically, so it's a really good. So how much do you want to donate for that? I'm very generous. 0. I want this. My email. Yeah, maybe get this. It's been sent into my email. Okay, let me open my email here. Hotmail. Okay. I didn't receive any email from that. Maybe it's in junk mail. Yeah. So yeah, it's in. So this is the email. Make sure that you check your junk email or spam in, as Gmail says. So so the other one is downloaded. So we download this as well. So it's just 3 megabytes. So you will so this is mGear and that one advanced skeleton. So we have both of them now. Yes, good. Let's install Advanced Skeleton first. It's really easy to install. So I just downloaded that on desktop. So, and I unrar it, extract it here, and also I unrar mGear as well. So you install Advanced Skeleton with by just drag and drop this install into your. So you just make sure you are on the right shelf, and then drag and drop this install here. Bang, it's installed. So let's rig this character with the Advanced Skeleton. So you see that it has a Advanced Skeleton button, version 5, and importing a biped and facial rigging and a picker. So I'll go over every one of them. So the dedicated window looks really nice. So you just open it. You can start preparing your mesh by cleaning it up. Model clean. It makes sure that there is no problem with your model. So and clean it. Okay. So and what happens in your outliner? It creates a GO here. So puts your model into a GO folder. I can do this. These two are not part of that. So the woman is under the GO subfolder now. For next step, we go to the body fit, and I import a biped. This is a biped character. So there's a couple of templates. So by using these templates, I can easily rig a biped character, a biped bendy character. It means that the joints are bendy. What is a bendy joint? You remember that, I'm sure. Yeah, doodly arms. So you look at that arms. So here, it's more visible here. So these are not normal human-like joints. So like the joints are the human. Here it's like they break, they don't bend. But for the this cartoonish style, so many prefer noodly bendy joints instead of like. So you see, it looks much more cartoonish and nice. So that's the biped bendy. Biped game, it's important for game people. If you want to send your rig into the game engine, it's really easy. Advanced Skeleton is my favorite automatic rigging system for sending into the game engine. And bird, bug, Jamie rigged her spider from last year, if you remember, with this template. Dinosaur, fish, gorilla, quadruped, and vehicle. Yeah, you can. So it gives you a template. By a template, I mean this. So let's see what is a template. I add a biped and import it. So that's the template. Template drops there. So it's a small template over there. So what should I do? I start fit the template into my character. So okay. So just have a look at a human skeleton. So it's good to have the body. Yeah, that's a good thing. So same way you can position your joints. So the pelvis, shoulders, so clavicle and stuff like that. So where to position them. So you just start. So first of all, the main important one is the pelvis joints. Pelvis is the root of all joints. So pelvis is like here. I position the, yeah, so the, if I look at the, yeah, somewhere around, not accurately middle, but just like, yeah, so I'm kind of doing it right. So then I position knee. So I have to do them all one by one. So this is ankle. Okay, hands. So I move them all up. Oh, I cannot do that. Maybe I do. Yeah, that one is. So yeah, here shoulder, shoulder. Where the shoulder sits. Yeah. Again, you see that there's a like. It's not right in the middle. It's just slightly close to the surface. And elbow and hand. What is it called? You can have a look at the names as well. So it is called neck. So you know that it's the beginning of the neck. So yeah, fairly okay. So I switch to here, to the perspective. This is called head. Yes. I cannot move it around. Okay. Is it the end of the neck? No. No, that's the beginning. Yeah, that's all right. That's jaw. So it means that I have to rotate it. Just quickly reposition everything. This is gonna be for the eyes. I make sure it's inside the eyes, right in the middle of the eyeball. Yeah, kind of. Okay, that's fine. Let's just don't waste too much time. Here, foot, you see that it's not positioned properly, so I have to rotate it. Heels are okay. Not that much. Slightly better. Pink toe. Big toe. Oops, no. Yeah, toes. Big toe. Pinkish here. Toes end. That's fine. And hand. That is the where it takes time. I just do it really quickly. So don't expect me to have a proper nice hand here. So this is wrist. Yes, it says wrist. I go to the top, press F, zoom in and make sure it positioned properly. I just have to check it from right and front as well. You're all good. Yes, and I start working with the thumb. First of all, thumb. One. So you see that I have turned on. So if this X-ray wouldn't be turned on, the joints will get into the body. So it's a good tool to use, X-ray joint. Or if you don't use X-ray joint, you can also turn on just X-ray. So that gives you a nice view for working to figure out which is out, which is in, and position them. Yeah, that's good. I just do them quickly. Make sure that you position them where the actual human joints are. Like one here, one there, 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 quick. And last one. Yeah, we're all done. Okay, so once you just position all of them in the right place, I just turn off this. So this, I turn off this object mask, so I cannot select the object anymore. So it helps me avoid selecting it again and again. Let me make sure. Okay. Okay. So not a really nice one for the hand, but that's okay. So once you just reposition all the templates, you just have to go to the so the fit is over. So you see that there are a lot of other stuff as well. So you can create piece by piece, like not just the whole body, but like a root joint, a chest. So let's say this character has wings. So let's say this character has wings or a tail, like Beowulf. So you can select, and I want to create a like a it's like a for a, so let's say another arm. Is there any arm here? Yeah, a shoulder and a hand. So use that arm for the wings. So you can create your own pieces from scratch. So let's build up the advanced skeleton. So once you're done, you just click on the build advanced skeleton. It thinks. I just stop and start again. Oh, what's that error? So there is a problem with the calculation here, because legs are okay, body is fine, but hands are like really up. Let me undo that.